I'm a toy car designer, and I'm picking 3 Pokemon who I want to turn into their own vehicle. But I'm also going to 3D print them, as well as showing you how I made them. And the first Pokemon I picked was Charizard. I planned for this to be a heavy, loud muscle car. So I started to work on the body, which I wanted to have a big nose at the front, because I want the front of this car to really represent Charizard's large snout. But to show how loud and powerful this car really is, I ought to add some large exhaust pipes, as well as this hood scoop which feeds air intake into the turbocharger. Now this is great and all, but it doesn't really look like Charizard, does it? So I took this opportunity to not only add some color, but to also make this front section look like Charizard's nose. However, I wanted to make sure that a car like this can work on its own, without you knowing its relationship to Charizard. So I took essential features like the headlights, and I modeled them to be shaped like Charizard's nose, as well as adding in his upper jaw with teeth hanging down. But this is only one car so far, and we've got 2 more ahead of us. So I might as well start on the next vehicle, which I decided to base off of Psyduck. And there's an obvious way this could go. If I have a Charizard, surely I make this a Psytruck, right? But seeing as my last 2 videos revolved around making a truck anyway, I thought that with a Pokemon like Psyduck, he deserves a much more fitting vehicle. So I instead settled with converting Psyduck into a Tuk-Tuk. If you haven't heard of a Tuk-Tuk before, it's probably because they're not very popular in the West. You may also be familiar with the Tuk-Tuk by its alternative name, which is the rickshaw. However, I've never made a vehicle like this before, and I want to incorporate a truck bed into this variation of the Tuk-Tuk. But more importantly, the Tuk-Tuk has this singular wheel at the front, which doesn't look that complicated to design, until you realize that all of my designs rely on being printed with interlocking parts. The middle wheel of the Tuk-Tuk can't be printed midair, because it's not attached to anything. However, I've thought ahead, and I think I know how I will solve this issue. But in the meantime, I wanted to get progress back on track with the Charizard, because I've got this wonderful front half of the car, but it's completely let down by the lack of anything going on towards the mid and rear sections. So I had an idea. Since Charizard is known for his flying ability, I thought I would reference these wing-shaped doors you see on cars like the DeLorean. This type of door is called a gull wing, and I think I'll use this to create the imagery of Charizard's wings, which I'll further stress with blue panels on the outside of the doors, the same color as the inside of his wings. But as you can imagine, there's only so many Charizard motifs you can get away with before having to add actual car features in its place. So I finally started installing windows. But what about the Tuk-Tuk? Well, first step was making this thing look like Psyduck. So I made this front area that covers the front wheel look like a duckbill. I was originally going to add doors and solid windows to this, kind of like my other cars, but I felt it was pretty limiting. So I opened up the insides. Now I thought that I could add to the appeal by installing a truck bed, because if the Tuk-Tuk isn't easily recognized, at least it looks like a truck with 3 wheels. Now, that issue I was facing with the Tuk-Tuk, as you can imagine, it's kind of hard to create 2 interlocking parts when one of them isn't even connected to the floor of the 3D printer. So I came up with the solution of printing the front wheel as its own part separately, and then pausing the Tuk-Tuk print midway through, and then placing the front wheel on the axle so the rest of the print can continue around it. Now, in the meantime, I honed in on the Charizard's signature features, like these bony ears of his, which I think works as that final touch for just instilling the look of our favorite fire lizard. And now it's time to just clear up those extra spots, like adding in a door handle, which sometimes I prefer to place above the side of the door, and fashioning some lights and a license plate for the back. I also made sure to round off the windows, because realistically, they should have some extra curvature to them. And lastly, I gotta add some wheels to this thing, so I went with these twisted teardrops, which I personally think look like smooth burning embers, but I'll show you the printed result at the end. Because remember, I still have another vehicle to make from scratch, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But first, I wanted to say thanks to all the new subscribers from the last 2 videos, because if you're not familiar, I released a free public domain model of my previous truck, called the Trenchy, and soon I will be making a video exploring all of the different design variations you guys have made. So if you haven't seen that, check it out, and maybe even submit your own design remix. It could be included in the next video. Anyways, you've waited long enough for the results of the Tuk-Tuk. Did the experiment work? Yes, but even then, this doesn't look very inspired other than the duckbill on the front. So I was gonna have to make some design decisions to really cement the final look of this thing. However, I still haven't revealed the final Pokemon. But can you guess who it is? Of course, it's Squirtle. Now, thus far, I've made a muscle car, I'm working on a rickshaw, and so I think the next step in evolution is removing the last wheel and creating a Squirtle motorcycle. So I built this body for the bike, But you might be wondering, CJ, isn't the steering shaft gonna get in the way of the print bed? And you'd be correct. So instead of using a steering fork, I made both sides use swing arms, which is a standard asymmetrical way of holding a bike in place. Now, before I increase the Squirtleification properties, I ought to finish off the final touches of the Duck Tuck, which includes these Pokeball-inspired hubcaps, as well as these cosmetic flares around the wheel arch, which are supposed to look like Psyduck's 3 hairs. Anyways, Squirtle has some distinct properties that make him stand out. Things like his turtle shell and his squirrely tail. So I thought I'd add a little curl towards the back end of the bike, making sure to ground the print with these pegs that not only exist in the real world, but it means that I don't have to print stuff out midair. And also, I converted this center console into a shell shape. And after installing the front glass, the time has finally come to reveal the final prints. Now, remember what I said earlier. If you haven't checked out the Trenchy video, go do it. And if there's enough derivative models uploaded from the Trenchy, I'll make a video reviewing all of them. And even if you just want to submit a remix of the Trenchy flag, go for it. Now keep in mind, I wanted to get this video out sooner rather than later, so I've had to leave in some imperfect models. A lot of this was due to just running out of filament, as well as coloring the model with more than 2 materials. This is what accounts for the wheels not being black on the Squirtle, the Duck Tuck having only 2 tones, and this black streak along the sides. I've color corrected some desired results that I would have strived for, but nothing will save me from this catastrophe. Here, I just ran out of orange filament and had to switch to pink. And seeing as I didn't slow the model down towards the end, I let the print dislodge from the bed. But overall, I'm happy with the results, seeing as I made 3 new vehicles in 1 video. I appreciate all of your comments. Thank you so much for sticking around. So if you guys have enjoyed what I make, consider watching another video of mine, or even subscribing.